I'm Francesca and welcome to this Newsmax Now update. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest is fending of questions today about President Obama's remarks on 60 Minutes last night.
The president was pretty clear, both then as he was back in August, that nobody predicted the speed and pace with which ISIL would advance across the Syrian border with Iraq and make dramatic gains across the countryside.
The press secretary's remarks come the day after President Obama suggested that the intelligence community failed to predict the rise of Islamic State militants in the Middle East.
Our head of the intelligence community, Jim Clapper, has acknowledged that I think they underestimated what had been taking place in Syria.
Meanwhile, President Obama continues to promise to keep American ground forces out of Iraq. However, a new deal announced today will keep at least 10,000 pairs of U.S. boots in Afghanistan after the combat mission officially ends later this year. Also, the country's new leader, Ashraf Ghani, took the oath of office today, replacing longtime President Hamid Karzai. Ghani is expected to sign the pact with the U.S. military tomorrow. In New York, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu compared Hamas to ISIS during his speech at the UN General Assembly, but says Israel is ready to face the threat.
I will always insist that Israel be able to defend itself by itself against any threat.
Netanyahu also said he supports President Obama's airstrike campaign to combat ISIS militants in Iraq and the president's new strategy in Syria. And now another American exposed to Ebola in West Africa is being treated in the United States. The unidentified doctor was flown to the U.S. from Sierra Leone. He's now being treated at the National Institute of Health near Washington, D.C. Officials say he hasn't tested positive for Ebola, but he is being treated at a special isolation unit out of abundance of caution. And the head of the FAA is ordering a review of the agency's security protocols, and air traffic around the Chicago area still isn't back to normal. The investigation comes after an air traffic control center was knocked out last week when a contract worker allegedly set a fire in the basement, damaging equipment. Hundreds of flights had to be cancelled yesterday. It could take 2 weeks until everything is back to normal. And Australia's national airline is making history today. A massive Qatar Airbus A380 is in the middle of an 8,500 miles from Sydney to Dallas. It's the largest passenger plane in the world on the longest ever flight by distance. It'll take approximately 15 hours. Other flights have lasted longer, but the new Airbus is a faster plane. We'll have another update for you in 30 minutes. I'm Francesca Page.